Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Adventures in Minecraft. Today we are hopefully going to actually build this XP farm, but I've already run into some serious problems with the resource gathering. Namely, I was going to make a concrete maker or a concrete machine right over here, and I've started to dig the area out for that as well. But I've run into a slight problem which may cost us a lot of time, indeed. So, to build the concrete machine, which is designed by Mumbo, you need a TNT duper. Technically, I could use raw TNT as well and not use a duper, but if I'm going to build this machine, I'm thinking of actually building it properly and actually having a TNT duper there. So to build a TNT duper, you need a single coral fan block, right? So because I loaded up this world originally, well, I created this world in 1.8. It's currently 1.14, and yeah, the coral blocks were only added in 1.13 as far as I'm aware. So that means I'm gonna have to go out very, very far, and I'm just gonna put up a map on the screen right now, and that is using a program called Admist, which is really, really useful for just mapping out your world and trying to figure out exactly where all the different biomes are. So I searched up for the warm ocean biomes, and what you can see highlighted in blue there is basically wherever it's blue, it's a warm ocean biome. And you can see that the closest one is pretty far away. It's ridiculously far away. And for reference, I've kind of put my path, my journey of the long journey that I actually went on, just so you get an idea of how far out that was, because I actually went out 15,000 blocks in the X direction, I think it was, and then I went about 13,000 blocks in the Y direction as well, or the Z direction rather, not the Y one. So you can actually tell that I'm going to have to go out pretty far just to get one single coral fan block. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I think I'm actually just going to go on a quick adventure and find out where that thing is. I know what you're thinking, why don't we just use this method, because it is still pretty fast, but I think it's still not fast enough. I think we need the machine because we're going to need a hell of a lot of concrete to build this thing. So I've been clearing out this area over here just for the machine that we're about to build, and I figured that I'd start building this thing before I actually go and collect all of the coral. And I've also made a little bit of a change over here and tried to fix up the area because it was a bit of a mess before, and I've tried to make it look as good as I can. I've connected things up so that we're connected up to this other tunnel, because I've got loads of tunnels running around all over the place, and it's a good thing to have them finally connected up. I'm not too happy with what's going on over here, but I guess that can last for now as a temporary little thing. We've also got some lanterns in here now, which I think are a really, really useful lighting block, so I'm really glad they added those into the game. But yeah, I'm just going to keep digging out this area, and hopefully sometime soon, luckily I've got a haste beacon, I will have all of this done, and I can actually build the contraption here and then go on our little adventure. I'm moving my beacon down here because the durability on my pickaxe has completely run out, trying to actually create this huge hole, and I've got loads of these ores with me which I've mined out from this area, and I don't think that there are any more left, so I've got pretty much all of the unbroken ores which I've mined out here, and I'm going to just mine all of those to try and get me enough XP to fix up this pickaxe, and hopefully that is the only way that I can fix this pickaxe at the moment. I have no other source of XP apart from going around aimlessly in the night and killing mobs, which I'm not going to do again. And if you are confused as to where I actually was in that cut, I was just here underneath the fortune area here at my mine, and I didn't just dig out a huge ridiculous area where I was digging before. And I realized I forgot to even turn the beacon on. So there's no use just having a pretty light over here, right? We need the haste from this thing. Then again, it seems to have no effect whatsoever on ore blocks, so maybe that's just something I didn't know about. And the phantoms are back. Great! If phantoms decide to spawn now, that would be a very bad idea. But on the flip side of things, this is a great view. Oh no. Okay. Whoa! Oh, I'm still here. Okay, that's miraculous. I'm gonna quickly try and survive. Okay, well, that didn't last so long, and now I'm at the spawn chunks. This day couldn't get any worse, could it? Pro Minecraft tip: don't do what I just did. It's not a very good idea. I should have probably lit up this area before leaving it. There are a lot of mobs here. I was working down there in my base, and I heard this guy making some loud noises with his llamas over here. And yeah, just check out one of his trades. It's a horn coral block, so we're very, very close there. We might have, you know, if we had a coral fan, we might never have even had to go on the adventure. But I'm gonna get this thing anyway. Who knows? Maybe you can actually grow coral fan on top of it. So I've got the horn coral block and I've placed it down in the water so it doesn't turn into dead coral. And this is the moment of truth. Okay, that did not work. So that just made seagrass, and I'm guessing that it's not going to actually allow me to get the coral fan block. I think that only works in the warm ocean biome, so this unfortunately has not worked. But I guess that wandering trader is a source of these blocks, which is useful. Well, I just grew a spruce tree and now the ground has some podzol in it. And yeah, I guess you learn new things every day in Minecraft. And we also have another wandering trader. Brilliant. Another interesting aside, there have been many today, and the wandering trader just kind of went through the nether portal there. That was unintended. But llamas can't hit you. Llamas can't spit at you, or their spit won't damage you when you're behind a nether portal. So I hope that my game isn't just lagging out and I'm going to end up dead in a few seconds or something like that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is some sort of weird glitch, or maybe it's intended, who knows. But basically you're safe from llamas behind a nether portal, so top tip for today. So I've been working on this place for quite a long time now, and the entire thing, as you can see, is pretty much done. And it's looking pretty cool. You know what? I think concrete is probably one of my favourite building blocks now in the game. Obviously scaffolding is my favourite utility block, as I mentioned in the last episode. But yeah, this place is really looking quite nice. I've got this corridor done, and also I've replaced the concrete that was here with wood, because I think that just looks a little bit brighter and better, and it just sort of seems to work. This is dark oak wood, by the way. I added in some huge windows over here so you can look down into this room. And inside we've got the entire redstone contraption built up, and I kind of did this all in one go because, you know, I don't want to waste too much time talking, going on and on about this project. But yeah, I keep falling down into these little nooks and crannies of this thing as well. But luckily I've put in all of these little platforms and all of the cobblestone, or actually this is andesite wall here. I'm not too sure about the texture of this, but I think it will just have to do. As you can see, I've still got quite a bit of scaffolding around the place as well. And this over here is the actual storage system, or the collection system of the concrete. So I've put in a silent dropper elevator behind this wall here. And if we go over here, we can see how this thing actually works. So all I need to do is get some concrete powder and put that down right here. And then the one tick piston will push that across. And then I can keep going. I just need to place it over here, and that will actually produce white concrete, as you can see from this water source, which is right there. I think you can just about see that right there, which actually turns the concrete powder into concrete blocks. And of course, the only part of this farm which isn't actually working just yet is the TNT system. So there's a TNT duping system right where you see that slime block over there, and that just needs a coral fan block next to that. And once that's there and we put a block of TNT there, that will start duping the TNT. And I've also created this huge obsidian chamber down here where the drops will explode, go down into these hoppers, and then up through the dropper elevator, which is behind that wall, and into our chests. Some of these redstone lamps may also be destroyed by the TNT, but I've got a little solution on that, which I will probably try and work on once we get the TNT up and running. And the only thing left to do in here is the ceiling, which I think I'm just going to put as basically some half slabs, some stone slabs here. And I also think I'm going to go into the room adjacent to this, which is over there, and I'm going to actually replace the AFK fishing farm there with a newer version which we can actually use, because that will be really, really useful for getting XP and also loads and loads of enchanted books. Just take a look at how big the old farm is compared to the new one. I mean, this is ridiculously small. Just look at this thing. I can't believe that higher versions of the game have actually allowed for a smaller and more compact farm. I mean, this is 3 by 1. It's completely tiny, and I've tested whether it works or not, and it works just fine. It's a pretty amazing farm right here, and the note block right here won't make any noise since I've put this slab on top of it as well, so that's all really, really fantastic. I mean, this room is pretty much too big for that farm right there. We don't even need it to be that big. But over here I've also gone and put in all of the lighting and the roof at the top here, so we're pretty much done in this whole area, and what we need to do now is actually go and head over to that warm ocean biome and try and get some coral fans. Well, these guys randomly spawned and now they're holding me hostage in my own house. Well, okay, just a quick update for you. I'm not even 100th of the way there. I just left home and now I'm being attacked by phantoms, and I've also lost my horse. Not the best start in the world. I don't know about you, but I really can't see this horse anywhere. Finally! I finally found this guy. It took so long, and I've literally been wandering aimlessly around this birch forest, which seems to go on forever, by the way. And I've used up most of my food, and I thought I lost that guy for a second, or for like an hour. So I'm very nearly there now, and as you can see, we've been loading in some of this new territory, these new chunks, and these new biomes for quite a while now. And as you can see, the green, light cyan kind of tint there, we are now in the warm ocean biome, and we have some coral blocks. So we have made it, and honestly, this has not been such a bad journey at all. I've just been listening to some lovely, chilled out ambient music, and yeah, it's not taken long at all to get here and to load the new chunks. Surprisingly enough, not too far away from my home, we already have loads of these new chunks, and I haven't actually been in this particular direction, even though I went in the easterly direction on my big adventure. But anyway, we have all of the blocks that we'll need now, so I think I've got to get this horse to some kind of land. I don't know why I brought him out here into the ocean, and I'm going to pick up some of these blocks, and then we can be on our way back home. So I've been swimming around this area for a while now, and isn't it really, really beautiful? I love this biome, and I love all of the different blocks which have been added into the game in the aquatic update, which was 1.13, and yeah, I've just been swimming around enjoying this place, and also collecting up all of the tube corals and the horn corals and the brain corals, and there's so many different variations of this thing. It's pretty insane, but as you can see, I've got quite a few now, and probably more than we will be needing for a long time. And while I'd love to stay here and maybe build an underwater base or a house or something like that, I think we're ready now to head back to our base and to start work on our XP farm, because that is the task at hand at the moment. Okay, now I think you'll agree that is weird. So the coral fan is in its place, and the TNT duper is up and running. So if I flick this switch right here, you can see that the TNT will start duping and falling down into the TNT destruction zone down there. And I can stand right here with my concrete powder and actually convert all of these blocks into concrete blocks and have them be destroyed automatically by the TNT. Now, I ran into a few problems with this. Namely what you can see right there happening, which is the water somehow actually escapes from the way that it's meant to flow down and starts flowing all over the place, destroying the redstone. That's one huge problem. But the other problem is that some of the blocks are left inside the TNT zone here, as you can see, and they're not destroyed by the TNT because they're out of range. So essentially some concrete blocks will always be left in the system unless I get some spare blocks like I have over here with the cobblestone and actually drive them out. But apart from that, the thing is working pretty decently, and that means there's only one thing left to do in this episode. If my calculations are correct, then I'll need 123 3/4 stacks of trapdoors. Yeah, I've got a lot of wood mining to do. So guys, I think I'm going to end the episode right there because, I mean, we have a lot of stuff to do and I want to leave that to the next episode. And you may be noticing things have changed all of a sudden over here, and that's because I'm recording this in the future, because I've actually been taking a break for quite a long time now, and I recorded all of these episodes long in the past compared to when I'm actually going to be uploading them. I think I recorded some of these in 2019, and I'm basically just getting the channel up to date with all the different projects which I've been working on, and so I'm going to be uploading these videos, and now I'm kind of in the future, but that's fine anyway, and you'll see in the next episode that we will soon be completing this awesome farm, and we also have chains now in the 1.16 update, and lanterns and things like that. But yes, that is it for today's episode. So if you did enjoy it, please be sure to leave a like down there. This has been episode number 53, or 52 rather, I think. I may be getting confused here, of Adventures in Minecraft. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.